hardest part of the match was carrying Davey for 45 minutes. I can remember the very first sequence of moves that me and Davey and I had done in the ring. It was only about 2 minutes into the match that Davey gasped up to me that he was fucked. He forgot everything. He forgot every single thing I told him, and about the 2-minute mark, he was blank and panicking. And I can remember, if you never see Bret Hart, or very rarely anyway, see Bret Hart talking in his matches like so many of these guys today, that are always whispering right in each other's ear and talking to each other and telling each other what to do. And I hate that. That's a fail, automatic, lousy wrestler. You should be demoted to the first match for even being caught doing that kind of stuff. But that match in Wembley was one of the only matches where you do catch me communicating with Davey constantly through the match to tell him what to do next and tell him what to do next. And I did, and Davey followed everything to a T. But it was a beautiful match and a beautiful story, and you know, I never forget it. I never forget the fans that were there, and I wish I could have been like you, some of you, and sat in the crowd and watched that match.
I guess it was the situation that he was in, and therefore the action that you had to take, that probably gives you that added satisfaction that it was such a great night, in spite of.
Well, you know, I give Davey credit. I don't mean to make people think less of Davey, because Davey gave it all that day, and if anything, he rose to the occasion and sucked it up and delivered a better match than he ever dreamed he'd pull together. But for a long time, even after that night, Davey never really thanked me for the match. He never ever said, "Hey, you know, I know you saved my ass that night." And but he kind of seemed to forget the next day that any of that even happened. And you know, I never really felt that he showed much gratitude for everything I did for him that day. And then it was quite a few years later that he did tell me. He told me exactly what I just told you, that he was completely screwed that day and he had nothing, and that I carried him all the way through, and he thanked me, said that was all your match, and you know, he thanked me for it, and so I know that it was appreciated.
Brilliant, brilliant.